What's up guys, Hardcorian here, and welcome back to some more Pikmin 2 No Death Run for Hardcorian guides, and here we go into day 10. I just actually recorded this like 20 minutes ago, and I decided to just do the commentary straight away because of how long it is. Anyway, I could have done this faster, but I did too many stupid mistakes. I took 25 blues. If you're on the same thing as me, doing this same thing, take 30 blues, 25 reds, 25 yellows, and whatever amount of the yellow ones. There's also a berry and snag right up here. Kill it, and there you go. That's all I did. Then also, there's berry treasures on both sides. Basically, I'm trying to get every treasure above ground and every treasure from the last dungeon. So there are things that we missed. We just got two. There's the crown, the fiery bullbox. How about Bulb has it? And there's also one I just totally forgot even existed. So you could fight those blues, and also pitting stone doesn't get rid of the flame. I thought it did, but it doesn't. And another mistake I had. That's why I say bring 30 blues so you can get this treasure, because nothing else can carry it back. So I just have reds to take the crown. Now I did have a different idea for what I wanted to do, but it was kind of pointless. Now I think about it, just because I'll tell you guys why once we get that far. So anyway, we're taking the remaining blues, which actually thing is I have 29 blues, and one of the blues was on the crown. So I have to waste more time, because I even saw it when I got this. I'm like, oh, there's a blue there, so I have to walk all the way back just to do that. But actually, luckily, I said, leave Louis up there. He grabs it. He walks up there. He gets it. The Elder Treasure was over here, and I saw that the radar was going up, and then I saw it's the wooden bear thing. So you need 25 yellows. And by the way, in this next dungeon we're going, you don't need blues, so don't bring them. Just don't bring blues. Instead, just bring reds. Reds, yellows, whites, purples, that's it. Bring like 10 purples and 10 whites and a whole bunch of reds. Because reds are the best thing to get rid of, whatchamacallit. They're the best thing to get rid of to get purples and whites. Because yellows are useful, blues are useful, purples and whites are useful, reds, not so much. Yes, the fire has it, but who cares? So, as time's getting closer and closer to the end, I was like, I should just restart this day. I could do it so much more faster. But I was like, I want to risk it. Yep, that's all I decided to do. Now, the dungeon we'll go into. Oh boy. Once you get into it, I'll tell you what's up. So now I slowed down the time here just to show you guys. Basically, I didn't really need to, but I just thought, why not? With the speed shoes, these things are so slow. And one of the things that's going to be happening in a second, why I kind of despise purples, is because how fucking slow they are. So we have 10 seconds left, and every time I whistle, the purple kind of like, it's like, oh, I'm too far, so I'm gonna stop moving. Did it so much that it just annoyed me. I was like, oh, I can't make it. It's impossible. But I kept pushing. By the way, I'm just gonna spoil that. We didn't make it. I was at 1 second. And when I walked right here, I thought it was time's up. So I pressed home. But I was like, oh, it's the cutscene. But the real thing is, do we have enough time to press A to go into the dungeon? We do. We would. Now, actually, think about it. If I would have waited just a little bit longer, when I ended the day, it probably would have ended the day before it gave us, hey, you paid off the debt. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I paused here. Oh, I was looking at how much Pikmins I had. I was like, okay. I have like 30 blues and stuff. That's fun. Anyway, first floor is not bad. This one thing about this dungeon, it starts off like, oh, it's not bad. Actually, when I went to the wiki to find out how many floors are in this dungeon, I thought I said 16. I'm like, oh my god. But no, there's 16 treasures and 9 floors. So, that's the thing. Anyway, it starts off fine. The first, I'll say 4 floors, or like fine. 5 it kind of like kicks it up and gets some annoying things. 6, 7, and 9. Well, 6 and 7, because you know 9's the final floor. It's gonna be a boss. It's gonna be annoying to play. But yeah, I think after I kill off all the enemies, that's when I decided to just speed it up. Because with me, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show off what I'm doing, but when I'm doing like taking back treasures and stuff or farming Pikmin, it's like you don't need to see that, so I just fast forward it. I don't want to use like cut it in because I don't want people to be like, oh, you took 2 different days and put it together, which for one, I don't think anybody's gonna think that. But if someone did, no, I'm not. Why would I do that? Well, I have to do it in one go anyway. Anyway, I think this was the last enemy because everything else was. No, I thought I would have passed after that because everything else is easy enemies to take care of. But after I kill this guy, I think that's when I'm like, okay, just start the fast forwarding. Because there's no more enemies except like 3 dwarfs. And there's only 2 treasures on this floor. I'm bringing back all the enemies as well. Just because I just don't want to have the risk of not having enough Pokos. Because you need 1,000, I didn't want to go in. I think if I didn't, it's like 1,400 worth of Pokos, which I had like 8,900, so we are fine. So this floor, again, not hard. If you know what each enemy does, you can probably do a no death run easily. But of course, there's some enemies that's like, nope, you can't do that. And that's the last treasure on this floor, which is one of those phone dial things, which whatever. Actually, before this recording, deleted a lot of files off my computer. I got from 37 gigs to 400. I deleted so much stuff. This is old videos that just already uploaded or just I'm not gonna upload. Next floor, floor 2. I'm trying to remember what it is. I get it on my first try, or do I? Yeah, because there's no cuts. This one, I think this was the introduction of this floor is easy. It's just what's annoying about this floors are these kind of floors, the ones like the more metallic stuff, because there's so much narrow paths and a lot of enemies like shake off Pikmins and fling them off stage. Like he almost threw all of my Pikmins off the cliff, and that was annoying. Also, another enemy over there, the greasy bugs that drop bombs. Anyway, yeah, they drop bombs and it's annoying. But yeah, the reason why I have a lot of, I think that's what they call it, dead air, when you just talk and then like there's nothing, you're not doing commentary for like small. It's because I know someone's upstairs. And they're literally, like I said, whenever I decide to do something, I literally was sitting here editing this video for 30 minutes. Okay, not really. I just got done recording, took a small break, watched a stream, and then started editing this and started recording. No one's moving around, and then all of a sudden, it's like I said, what I hate. That's why I hate this room in particular. Anywho. But yeah, crazy bugs are not terrifying. They're actually another enemy that can help you, because they can kill other enemies. Now, something that happened to me is I had a good run on one of the floors. I think I was like, I can do it. I think I can complete this floor. It's not this one, but it's a different one. And what happened was I dispersed my pigments. A blue one hit the bomb rock and killed itself. And that's what I feel like the AI should have not. They should make it so the AI doesn't attack bomb rocks because they know it's dangerous. But because I know in Pikmin 3, I think they made it so if there's a bomb rock, they will run away from it. Well, actually, there's no above ground bomb rocks. So that's the thing. Also, careful, they can fling your Pikmins off. Don't fight these guys near the floor. Well, near the edge. Like I said, floor 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are pretty easy. No problems. I lost a Pikmin here because I threw a... Okay, I broke one of the eggs that dropped a... No. I was going for a treasure and I dropped an egg as a trap, and it spawned the spiders. I'm like, oh, let me kill this, I can get a potion. I accidentally threw a Pikmin off the edge. I was like, whoops. The thing is, I was laughing. I'm like, I knew I was going to end up doing that once. Now, this is one of the few... Actually, I have the wiki open. I wonder if they have like a... Like a page for all the dungeons. Oh, here they are. I'm trying to remember all of them. I think the Wistful Wall, which is the next dungeon, that has all the hard dungeons, so you guarantee those are gonna be hard. But we have, I think, one in the next dungeon, the Perplexing Pool, which is called the Submerged Castle. That's annoying. And I'll explain why we get there. I don't think the shower room is bad. No, this one is not that hard. Challenging, maybe, but not hard. Of course, the Dream Den. If you on the last dungeon you see Dream Den, don't go into it until you have every other dungeon completed, because that's the final dungeon. Has the final boss and everything. Just keep that in mind. Oh yeah, you can tell that's the final dungeon. It has, I think, 14 floors. I think that's the most floors, because I don't think the Chaos Cavern has 10, which is not that bad. And, oh, is that a 15? Yeah, that's 15 floors. Oh, that's that thing, or whatever. Anyway, floor 4, I didn't have to explain anything before it. I wasn't paying attention. Floor 4 is a free room. That gives you only, I think it can be 15 white pellets, or maybe just 10, because there was one before it was 5. So, if you guys want to grind for purples and whites, it's this dungeon. You just come in with 100 blue, purples, 100 reds, keep going through. You skip every floor, you don't have to do anything because there's no breakdown of walls or anything. You just go straight to the end, get to floor 8, get purples and whites in floor 4. Leave, rinse and repeat until you get 100 purples. I'm going to have to do it, so I'm going to have to waste one day doing it. And I think what I want to do for the video is add that to the start of a video. What I should have done, actually, now I think about it, is not get the above ground treasure and get only that one dungeon. Then come back here, grind them off. Once I get 100, I'm only going to come back once we need to grind, because we have like 6 more dungeons to go through. Yeah. 3 in the perplexing pool, and 3 in the... So yeah, 6 dungeons. Well, technically 5, because we gonna have to have everything before we go in the dream den. Which should give us 100, hopefully. Because I think we have like 50 right now. And if I have to grind, I'll just waste the day going back. So, with this floor, what you want to do is first make one trip with just a captain. Then have a trip with a white Pikmin. Or just one Pikmin holding it so you can trigger all the traps. And only use whites. Whites are the fastest Pikmin. So that's why I started fast forwarding, because like this, I showed you, I killed off all the bombs just to show you guys what happens. But that's all you want to do is run through the whole thing with them all, and then go through the basically go once with the captain, go a second time with one Pikmin, then just go through the dungeon, because it's going to trigger the things. The bombs will drop. Some traps only trigger into the Pikmin, some traps trigger just in general. Also, I found that funny that just one purple and the blue is there. Floor 6. This was the nightmare, but I only had to redo it once. And I just got unlucky with the layout of the room. Because there are two... there's more than 2 treasures, but there's 2 treasures that Drevels have on them. And they were near the very edge. And they shirked off my Pikmins, and they flew off the edge. That's how I lost this, because that's one thing about this dungeon that's annoying. A lot of narrow areas. Anyway, another thing is, I should explain, if a treasure ever falls off the cliff, let's say the Dribbles, which happens on this floor, he just walked off. He's like, screw this, I'm out. The treasure will respawn on the map. You're not like, well, if I screwed, it's over after we do this whole dungeon. No, it will respawn. I never had it happen to me, but I know it does. Just pop back up, just like, there it is. Now, the creepy bugs aren't annoying. It's just they throw bomb rocks. Because when you kill them, they drop it right next to them. Oh. That sucks. But yeah, these two have the traps, put things onto it. They're purple no, I think one of them is red and the other one's purple. So you don't have to be terrified of them. The only time I remember seeing a yellow one, I think is the Dream Den and Perplexing Pool. So I remember what happened to mine. I was in a playthrough and I was super frustrated because it's annoying me. Went to a floor, saw a Drabble on my kill this day. I didn't know what color it was. And what happened? It just did its attack and it was electric, and I was like, ugh, there goes 50 Pikmins in just 1 second. That's what annoys me. Alright, get all the treasure. I think I took only yellows for the next one because they were next to electric enemies. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, that thing just walked up the cliff. I'm like, okay. I think he wanted to pick up the treasure, and then he's like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna run away. And that's all the treasures. Next floor. Floor 7 is a nightmare. Because it took me almost an hour, like half an hour to do this. Because there's only 3 enemies on this floor. No, 4 if you count the one, what is it called? People that spawned and had a bomb, so technically 4, but it's gonna kill us off anyway, so I don't have to worry about it. Those things. Cannon Groinks, I think that's what they're called. They're annoying. They shoot basically a missile bomb explosion that if it's direct hit to the Pikmin, it kills them instantly. If it's near the side, they just get stunned. And for some reason, they don't want to walk off the cliff. They like to float. They like to just walk naturally off the map. You can't throw it at the front. If you throw Pikmin at the front, they're just going to bounce off. And I found the best way to deal with them: switch captains, and he'll focus on one captain. Normally, you take a hit once, and then afterwards he misses every shot. That's at least what happened to me twice. Like, he's missing every shot. But yeah, I took me so long to do this because there's so many. And also, they regenerate health. So, see, I'm bringing back leave. Because, yeah. Regenerating health enemies suck. Bull bears and those to do it. And bull bears eat Pikmin fast. Those things just kill Pikmin fast. There's actually one. I got terrible luck. I just spawned. I'm trying to see what's around me. He was behind me, killed all my Pikmin instantly. Not all of them, but like half of them. I'm like, that's just stupid. That's random dungeon generator is fine, but when an enemy spawns right next to you, nah. Now this guy, since he's on a cliff, only yellows can hit him. And that's what I was having trouble with. I couldn't kill this guy until I was like, let's try the captain. The captain thing worked. And I could have actually just brought that treasure back because I think this guy's the last one. There's only 2 of those guys on the floor. And I could just let him say he can't move off the cliff. But I brought him back because I just want all the money. I want all of it. So there's 3 treasures. I got the CPU. Well, it's not really. No, actually, there's 5 enemies. Because there's 2 of those guys. I didn't kill the Hardcorian bug because he was right next to the exit yellow treasure. Just let's screw it. Also, that Pikmin liked to follow me. Most likely I would have ran too fast. Actually, no, it was red, so he would have never. I think it was a flowered one too, so we were good. Funny thing is, the next floor, it's gonna be another fast forward floor. So sorry for the most of this video being fast forward, but that's, I don't want to cut anything. Just want to show everything. Anyway, so floor number 8 is another safe floor that gives you only purples. I used up all my reds. I don't have any more reds in this dungeon. I could have got more, but I'm like, that's great, who cares? So we got 15 extra purples. And that's how you grind. You just keep doing this. There you go. You got yourself some lovely purples. And you. That's it for that floor, so. Floor 9, the boss. Talked about him a lot. Time for us to fight. The mana leaks. By the way, just take yellows. When I took whites, they were pointless. They could barely reach it. Sometimes when they didn't do that much damage. So I was like, okay, screw it. So, the boss. Man at the legs. Once you rake him up, he swings up, doesn't do anything. And it's basically just a really long legs. The only downside, you can't hit his legs. Then again, you can't do that. Pikmin 3, they climb up the legs. This game, they don't. Anyway, he has a laser and he does shoot. The reason I hate this boss, he kills Pikmin instantly. And he shoots fast. If you hide behind a thing, you're fine. Boss is not hard, it's just the idea of something killing your Pikmin instantly in like 3 seconds. It sucks. Don't use purples because they will be super slow. Now, I did make a mistake in this fight. I got lucky. And what happened was I ran too far away. Because I'm like, oh, there's no point to stay behind this trap thing because it's not gonna do anything. That he started aiming. It's not right here, I think it was after this one. He aimed at the other captain, but he missed every shot, so. That's aside. Now, this man leg's not hard. It's the second one fight. And I think it's in the Dream Den. To get to him, he's surrounded by a pool of water. So you're forced to fight this with blues. You can drag him over to where you are, but that means you have to drag him to the rest of your team, which... I just hate this boss. Luckily, it only took 2 attempts the first time. I just got... Wasn't that? No, it wasn't right here. I think it's the second attempt. One of the Pikmins ran up that cliff. I'm like, what are you doing? No! But he's almost done. Also, if you notice, most of the caves are dark and dim. If you don't like that, fight this boss at any point in the game. And the treasure you get brightens up the game. I think it's only for kids though. So, that's the thing. And he's dead. Man, that leg's deep dead. And we get a light bulb. Which I said does brighten up your day. And there we go. That's every treasure in the thing. We actually paid off the debt. But that's not the end of this playthrough. We did a no death run right now. Because technically the game ends. After this, you can choose to continue if you want to. Of course, if you don't want to, it's good enough. Technically, I get to go get Louis and then end off the game. But of course, you want all the treasure. Alright, the first time I showed this, but we have 3 key items left. 2 whistles, and the last armor upgrade, which is immune to electricity. Which I think I might go for that next day, because I might go for the glutton kitchen. Alright, escape with your surface with your Pikmin. Yeah. Alright, again, no deaths. There you have it. 10 days to beat the debt, which is faster than I did my personal playthrough. And I didn't lose a single Pikmin. Fantastic. Valley of Repose. Anywho, you have the Pikmin. It's your day time. You're paid the entire debt. And after this, a cutscene automatically plays. I skipped the cutscene because there's no point to show it. But you can see my Let's Play file and this one. See how we haven't lost a single Pikmin? No, I'm not controlling this, it's just doing it automatically. We got less Pikmins than I did my playthrough, but that game I'm constantly getting. I might just one day to stream Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 1 and 3. Just like a casual playthrough. I might lose Pikmins, who cares? So we lost none to poison, none to explosions, none to electricity. No one lost to water, none lost to fire. Lost 13 in my first play. That's none lost behind, none lost to battle, none lost at all. And it took us 10 days to pay off the debt. And there you have it. So after this, it plays off a cutscene that you realize, well, you have the treasure, and you come back, and now we have a new playable character instead of Louis. And once you get the golden chip, it tells you how many treasures out of that's there. So 7 out of 7, stuff like that. So next time we'll be taking on the Puppexing pool, and I'll see you guys later.